All right, you're never going to hear me say this again in my life, but I agree 100% with Cardi B.
And suck my tongue.
That motherfucker, Dalai Lama, out here sucking on the tongues of boys. Yeah, not a euphemism. And Cardi B was like, yo, this fucker, predators are everywhere. I think that's what she said. Oh, my God. No, it's not funny, but it's not the most fucked up thing about the situation. So, as you can see right here, CNN panelist defends playful Dalai Lama telling young boy to suck his tongue as room cringes. He said, as sexual as a bowl of rice.
Jay, you've met the Dalai Lama many times. Have you sucked his tongue?
I have not. The Dalai Lama is a very playful human being, and we may see this in a weird, kind of gross, sexualized way. But this is about as sexual as a bowl of plain rice. There is nothing sexual or erotic happening in this encounter.
Woo! All right, as sexual as a bowl of rice, sucking a little boy's tongue is as sexual as a bowl of rice. Somebody needs to find out if the Dalai Lama's fucking bowls of rice, okay? This is the problem with centralization of power. Like, people get in their own fucking heads. You can't do it. Decentralize everything. Bitcoin, energy, weed, everything. You gotta decentralize it. Cardi B. So, one, I agree. So, I don't want to trash it. Two, I'm gonna trash it. So, fucking get ready. How are you gonna talk shit about being a predator? Like, your fucking famous movie, the movie that was based off of you was you being a predator on drunk, I guess, creepy guys. I'll give it to you. But now you're flaming predators because you don't have to do it anymore. Now, yeah, he is a predator. And I've been saying that for fucking since, I believe on this fucking podcast since day one. Probably the first or second episode, if I'm not mistaken, I talk about the Nexium cult, which, big issue with me. Not the sex slave thing. That's obviously the main issue. But another side issue was that Nexium had a conference that the Dalai Lama attended. And I believe they donated like a good amount of money. And then he's out here sucking boys' tongues. What the fuck? If you've seen me, I've definitely worn the shirt, the Avatar The Last Airbender shirt. And that is pretty much the concept's based off Tibetan Buddhism with reincarnation, where you die, and like the election process for the Dalai Lama, I heard, is pretty much what the cartoon does, where when you're a certain age, they give you an option of like 100 toys, and 5 of them, you pick 5, and a 5 or whatever number is always the same for the Dalai Lama, and that's how they decide who the next one is, who was born into again.
Those were some of my favorite toys when I was little.
You chose them from among thousands of toys, Zhang. The toys you picked were the 4 Avatar relics. These items belong to Avatar's past, your own past lives.
I just chose them because they seemed fun.
You chose them because they were familiar.
You know, I like Tibetan Buddhism. I was very curious in it. I want to go to Nepal and live in the mountains for a little bit if I ever can. Probably can't, whatever. Shout out China for that one. But I think the Dalai Lama, isn't he like not in Nepal either? Because China was like prosecuting him and he has to stay in India. Is that not the case? I don't know. India's all over the fucking map right now. But
Rolling baddies, smoking blunts. Who smokes the blunts? We smoke the blunts. Rolling blunts and smoking.